Today is Tuesday, December 6th, 6:45 p.m. We're starting our regular City Council meeting. If you can all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Barry Chang.
Here.
Councilmember Orrin Mahoney.
Here.
Councilmember Kris Wang.
Last time, yes.
Vice Mayor Mark Santoro.
Here.
Mayor Gilbert Wang.
Present. Oral communication. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons wishing to address the council on any matters not on the agenda. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes. In most cases, state law will prohibit the council from making any decisions with respect to matters not listed on the agenda. If there's more than 5 items, I will make a motion to move it toward the end. I do have a couple of oral communication cards. And the first one is Leslie Fowler. If you can step up, please. And welcome, Ms. Fowler.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Leslie Fowler. I live in Cupertino. And last week, I learned of the decision by the Santa Clara County Water District to add fluoride to our local water supply. I was very, very surprised, as were many of my neighbors and friends. I am here to oppose it and to persuade you to take charge of this issue. First of all, I'm wondering if the city council members are aware of the controversy surrounding the water fluoridation at this time. In the past year, 29 communities have discontinued the fluoridation of their water. According to the Santa Clara County Water District, it will cost between $4.5 and $9.5 million to start up a water fluoridation program. In my opinion, it does not make sense to embark on this expensive project when the science behind fluoridation is being overturned. Fluoridation's role in the decline of tooth decay is in serious doubt. A 1997 Natick, Massachusetts report on artificial water fluoridation found, and I quote, "The incidence of cavities in children show little to no difference between fluoridated and non-fluoridated communities." In other words, what they're saying is that the number of cavities in children who live in areas where the water is fluoridated show little to no difference in the number of cavities of children in living in areas that are non-fluoridated. Although the recent studies find a positive correlation to some serious negative health effects from ingesting fluoride, the conclusion of this particular study committee reads as follows. The committee reached the firm conclusion that the risks of overexposure to fluoride far outweigh any current benefit of water fluoridation. Although I hope this will be unnecessary after tonight's swearing in, at this time I will pause at 2 minutes to see if our soon-to-be former mayor will let this constituent speak for another minute.
1 more minute, please.
Thank you. In the newspaper article, I read, alerting me to the unanimous decision to fluoridate the water, Marty Grimes, program administrator for Santa Clara County Water District, is quoted. He says, quote, "We're a water district. We're not experts in dental health," unquote. But then they proceeded to make a ruling. In Natick, Massachusetts, the Board of Selectmen realized that they were not qualified and commissioned a team of top scientists. They were Dr. B.J. Gallo, research microbiologist at the U.S. Army Research, J. Cooper Schmidt, environmental chemist, Dr. Norman Mancuso, former Apollo program project scientist, A. Murray, former U.S. Army Natick Research Labs, and Dr. Strauss, a molecular biologist. This is the Natick report that I have been citing, and in light of the fact that they concluded that the risks of overexposure to fluoride far outweigh any current benefit of water fluoridation, I would like to make a motion to add this topic to the next City Council agenda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Fowler. As you know, tonight...
Can I ask a question to Leslie?
We can do that during Councilor Crush because she made a request.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Chang. This is a very special night, and we can see that we have a full house. And this is the night where we say goodbye to a council member and welcome a new council member and have a reorganizational change. And you can see the strong support here in the community. I do want to recognize a couple of elected officials who was here, and I know she just stepped out for a moment, is that we have Supervisor Liz Niss, which I knew that she was sitting right there when I was doing the flag Pledge of Allegiance. And she's stepping right in there, Supervisor Liz Niss. Just give a wave out there. And she wanted to make an entrance into the community hall. I also want to recognize Sheriff Lori Smith, who's here as well too. Former Sunnyvale Mayor John Howe is also here too. We have Cupertino School Board Trustee Ben Liao. Also, I know that I heard that there's Cupertino School Board Trustee Angelique Coussard, who called me that she is on her way. And I probably missed an elected official. You can wave at me if I missed you. But those are all the elected officials who are here tonight. I also want to report out that we had a closed session that started at 4 p.m. The subject matter was a public employee performance evaluation, Government Code 54957, the city attorney's review, and we just had the review of the city attorney. Item number 2 is election results. Subject is a received declaration of election results for the general municipal election held on November 8th, 2011. I just got a card here for oral, and we'll do this really quick before we do the election results, and I apologize. We have Michael Galtwell for oral. Quickly, Michael.
I'm Michael Gottwald, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank outgoing City Councilwoman and a great friend to the community and a great leader for the city of Cupertino, the outstanding Kris Wang. Please step forward.
You want to go up there?
Actually, I apologize. I mean, it's gonna a little bit, Chris. I'm sorry. It's kind of out of order because what Michael you put here was that you wanted to recognize Supervisor Liz Niss, and that's what it was written out here.
Oh, I thought it was Kris Wang.
Oh, you thought it was Kris Wang? Oh, okay.
And I'd like to thank Kris Wang for years of service on the Cupertino City Council. And I'd also like to thank the outstanding, my friend, my Facebook friend, Liz Niss, for years as Board of Supervisors. For years of service. Thank you very much, Liz. And good luck to you in the future.
Thank you, Michael. Now we can go to item number 2, which is the election results. And who will be presenting that?
I will, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk.
So I have the official canvass of votes, and it shows that there were 10,306 total ballots cast in the election. Measure C, the transient occupancy tax, passed with 8,088 votes in favor and 1,717 votes opposed. For the seats on City Council, the 2 people who received the most votes are Gilbert Wang, 4,022 votes, and Rod Sinks, 3,879 votes. At this time, I request that the City Council adopt Resolution Number 11-192, receiving this declaration of results.
I move.
Second.
And that was resolution number 11-192.
Correct.
Councilmember Wang?
Yep.
Sorry.
That's okay. Please vote your lights, please. Please vote your lights, please.
The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much. Now we go to recognizing of our outgoing council member. Subject council members and audience members are invited to say farewell to the council members Kris Wang. Please keep your comments very brief. At this time, I would like to invite our city manager, Dave Knapp.
Let me make sure we did both parts of the receipt of the election results.
The resolution included the adoption, the announcement of the adoption of the ordinance regarding the transient
So
occupancy
both of those are
tax.
included?
Yes.
Thank you.
mhm.
Just wanted to make sure of that. This is, of course, yes,
That's very important.
$450,000 issue for us.
Just some pocket change, Mr. City
Yes,
Manager, right?
exactly. Yeah. This is, of course, Chris's last council meeting. A sad day for many of us. Maybe not for Chris, however. Michelle Combs, who is staffing the center camera back there, is the person who put together this video. And so I'll ask the channel to show the video, please.
Enemies,
Against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will be true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution
to the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States, Constitution of California,
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic.
that I will
In 2007, our economy was at peak. Today, we're slowly rebounding from recession. Yesterday, but I'm so happy that you can, come down here today and let us have the opportunity. You're hardworking, and I had to talk to Andy too in the mayor's breakfast. Wall up there, regardless that council approved the extension or not, but I just now allow people to park. Just to give the support with actual money, but it also sent a huge delegation here led by Mayor Lane. It's really a disadvantage to follow 4 senior members to speak here. And I do have quite a few colleagues here. I'd like to introduce them up to the stage first. For quite a long time, this box. And very fortunate, was just last year, the new owner bought this building. With that, we're going to adjourn meeting till next week, next Tuesday, December the 7th. Good night, midnight.
I know as mayor, I didn't recognize everyone, and one person sneaked in there that I didn't see. I want to recognize former Mayor Dolly Sandoval, who's sitting out in the back here. And then I hope I got everyone here. At this moment, the city manager and I would like to invite Councilmember Kris Wang to please come up to the front. I have my own mic and everything. On behalf of the City Council, you can stand closer, I don't bite. On behalf of the mayor and the City Council, we kind of have this momentum box of all the wonderful things that Councilmember Kris Wang and former Mayor Kris Wang has done over the past 8 years. Not only she has been a wonderful elected official, but also 8 years on the Parks and Recreation.
5 years.
5 years on Parks and Recreation. How many years on the County Board of Parks and Recreation?
I think 5-6 years.
5 or 6 years, and numerous other organizations that you have been. The city and the council put together a momentum box of things that was important during her tenure. And one of the things that was most important, we gave one nice plaid shirt for you to remember us. She loves to drink tea, and instead of going to all those long council meetings, that she can have a nice tea and watch us at night on Channel 26 or on the internet on the City Channel.
Okay.
Extra name badges to remind her that she was mayor of our great city of Cupertino.
I'll show to my grandchildren.
A nice ballpoint pen with the emblem of the city of Cupertino. You might want to open this up. A very nice gift here, and her favorite white pearls.
Ooh. Wow. Maybe I can put it out now. Pearl. Nice. I can be more feminine now.
And lastly, something that she has worked very, very hard, which is the Cupertino Heart of the City specific plan, which we've been working on many, many long years.
Yeah, it is.
Again,
8 years.
8 years. Again, let's give a huge round of applause for Councilmember Kris Wang.
Thank you so much. This is mine now.
This is yours.
Yeah, here, set it down there. And I wanted to say a few words, if I could, on behalf of staff. It has been a pleasure to work with you and to admire the amount of effort and energy that you've put into this job. Offered us lots of surprises over the years, lots of exciting and interesting times, but always wonderful support for the staff, and we really appreciate that. You've always had a fierce sense of justice, tireless worker representing the community. You, of course, worked on the Heart of the City plan. I think that was one of the first things that came up, and you asked some questions that I had a little trouble answering. And eventually, 8 short years later, I think the meeting before last, we finally got the final approval of that thing.
Yeah.
But thank you for your efforts there. You have always treated people with respect and have always treated the staff with respect, and we appreciate that. You served as the president of the Cities Association with great distinction and a host of other activities. And we'll miss you very much, but I know Gene is going to appreciate getting his wife back. So thank you very much for your service. We really
Thank you, Dave. Don't forget, especially the first floor staff, that sink.
That's right.
We now have a sink for the first floor. She didn't think it was seemly that we had to wash our coffee cups in the bathroom sink, and so she pressed very hard for a sink.
A real sink.
We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
What is this? Should I?
No, that's from Cal, right? That's a separate thing.
So at this time, just following my script here. So Dave and Councilmember says farewell to Kris. At this time, I'm going to invite the council members to say a few words to Kris before I have Kris say some things, and then followed by the public. We'll start with the older statesman here,
Okay.
Councilmember Mahoney.
I was just going to say, so I'm usually the most senior, certainly in age of at least the council members up here. But in this case, Kris, on length of service, is definitely the most senior, having spent 8 years up here, and I've just been here for 6. But as such, I really appreciate Kris's coaching as a new council member, and one of the things that I think. We've done a lot of good stuff as a council, and Kris was in charge of a lot of that and drove a lot of that. One of the key descriptors I think I would use is tenaciousness, and in a good way, because it takes that to make stuff happen. I mean, it's so easy to get sidetracked and oh yeah, that's a good idea, and we lose it. But when Kris thinks something is important, like Heart of the City and several other things in the city, she will dig in and work together with us to get it, to make it happen. So And I've had also the ability to see Kris outside of our council meeting, both in the community and Rotary and my work with her there, and in particular on the Cities Association, as David mentioned, where she took a leadership role, worked together with our fellow elected officials from the whole Santa Clara County, again, to make a lot of things happen there. A lot of good work, but also we've had a lot of fun. I think one of the key attributes of being on the city council, or at least my thing, and I hope that Rod, I know he's going to follow in this, is having a sense of humor, because we do a lot of hard work up here sometimes, and having a sense of humor is very important, and Kris has a great sense of humor. So a lot of good things happen, and it's been a lot of fun, and we're really going to miss you.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Councilmember Mahoney. Vice Mayor Santoro?
So I had this wonderful speech, all these cute things to say about Kris's tireless efforts, looking out for neighbors, her tenaciousness, the fact that she made me read the Heart of the City Plan 9 times. However, we actually had a closed session. At the end of that, I said something to her, and she goes, "Now, why didn't you say that publicly?" So I'm going to change it and say something totally different. What I said behind the scenes was that even though this council, being a council member, for those you don't understand, is a very difficult and often thankless job. And one of the difficulties is that we get up here to address often very difficult issues. If they're easy, they don't come to the council. When they get to the council, they're often very controversial, and we don't know what each other think. We don't get to talk about it until we're up here on the camera, and we all have to voice our opinions, and so sometimes we go round and round. However, this council, in my opinion, I'm lucky enough to sit with 4 people who actually care about the city of Cupertino and care about its residents. We don't always see things exactly the same, but everyone listens to each other, no matter how loud we're yelling, and tries to actually reach a good result. And so what I was impressed with was this council's ability to, I think, make good governance. And I think that's the most important thing you want from your council, is that when I look back in the time I've served with Kris, I think we've made not perfect decisions, but good decisions, and a lot better than a lot of governing bodies have done. And Kris has certainly been a big part of that, and I want to thank her for that. And
thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Santoro. Councilmember Barry Chang?
Kris, I learned a lot from you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm the youngest one. I'm the newest one. So for me, that means a lot. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you, Councilmember Chang. Councilor Wang has been a huge inspiration, even though sometimes we may argue like a younger brother and an older sister, but we kind of came in together a very friendly way.
You gotta say the younger thing.
Sense of humor. Remember,
I'm the
you gotta have a
junior. I'm
sense
the
of
junior.
humor.
A sense of humor.
You could have just said brother.
But as you know, I have a sense of humor, and Kris does, and we came in together, and she really, guided me through being as a councilmember. At that time, we only had 4 councilmembers at the time before we had Councilmember Santoro on board, and you can see her her dedication in her from commissioner to council member, and when time is having fun, 8 years passes by really fast. But you can see her dedication that, if she sees something that's not right, or she's very passionate, she will definitely let us know. And we will truly miss all of her years of service, both as a commissioner and as a council member and as a former mayor. Thank you, Kris, for your years of service.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask Councilmember Kris Wang to make your farewell remarks.
All right. Hi. It's great to see everybody here on such a happy and emotional night. Well, not only for Gilbert and Rod, who already do amazing job serving Cupertino, but also for me as I wrap up my last meeting after 8 years on the council. The past 8 years have flown by quicker than I would have imagined, just like Gilbert said. But it's been my privilege and honor to serve Cupertino. I was truly humbled when I was first elected to represent the community on this council. And every day, I've been amazed at how incredible our city truly is. I think it's safe to say everyone is aware of our city's reputation for great education and famous technology companies. But having served on City Council and Park and Rec for more than a decade, I can tell you that there's so much more to Cupertino than most people know. It's true, education is great, and our tech company are among the world's greatest. But it's really the people of Cupertino who make them what they are. I've met community leaders and volunteers who spend countless hours helping others and bringing culture to our city. I've met teachers who go out of their way to inspire students, who tell me how lucky they are to be teaching students who are so creative and driven. I've gotten to know the sheriff, fire chief, and their staff who take a pride in improving our city's safety year after year. And I've gotten to know and truly appreciate the people who work behind the scene at Cupertino, like Park and Rec and Public Works and so many others, who go above and beyond to make Cupertino the amazing city that it is. I'm so lucky to have served and represent the city of Cupertino on the council for 8 years. And the thing I am saddest about is that I won't be able to continue working with this council going forward. Thank you guys so much for your friendship and for our work together on improving the city. We've had long nights, debates, endless phone calls, but I just wanted to say thank you and wish you luck as you guys continue to serve Cupertino. Last but not least, thank you to the residents of Cupertino and my family who have supported me throughout the years, and I wish the best for Cupertino going forward, and I hope to continue serving the public in some way. Thank you again, and so long.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Wang. I have several speakers who would like to speak on behalf of Kris Wang, and the first speaker I have is Santa Clara County Sheriff Lori Smith.
Need a mic.
You don't need a mic.
On behalf of everyone from the Sheriff's Office, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you. And on behalf of our organization, we want to thank you for your dedication to the residents of Cupertino and for your wonderful support of all of public safety and the Sheriff's Office.
Thank you so much, Sheriff.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to have an open mic, and if there's folks in the community who would like to speak on behalf of Kris Wang, please just come up to the podium. I have one card, which is Kulim Song, and if there's any other people who'd like to speak, please come on behalf. Supervisor Listness, do you have a...
Could I duck in here?
Yes, please.
Because I have something from the county. And want to thank Kris for all her service. And it was interesting tonight as I watched your tape and realized I had sworn you in. And how short a time ago that seems, doesn't it, Kris? It's just amazing. So I will come up and present this to Kris. She's done a great job. I remember how it felt that first night, and you said, "I'm scared to death." And you've come a long way, haven't you? So it'll be my great privilege to present this to you for all the reasons that they have said, and I think that Mark said it very well. Nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes, but when they watch you in public, they say, "Wow, what a good job." So let me come up and present it to you personally, Kris. Congratulations. Thank you. You made it through.
Well, residents, I want to especially thank you. Yeah, it's just it's same thing. When I watched the tape, you were there. You swore
And
me
I'm
in
still
for
here.
the first day,
Right.
and like being a mayor and everything. And I remember first day after election, you taught me a lot. You're my mentor. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you
Thanks so much.
It's open mic, so please come on up and just line up behind. Kuhn, you can also come up as well too. Just
Hi, good evening, Council. My name is Sherman Wang. I was born and raised in Cupertino, and Kris Wang's second and favorite son.
I was first.
I'm up here to say some brief words to my mom and on behalf of my family. Mom, I cannot begin to express how proud we are of you for your countless hours of dedication and the care you have provided to serving Cupertino on City Council for the last 8 years. What I'm proud of the most is that you never took this responsibility lightly. Since you first started 8 years ago, we've seen you put in the late nights studying the city budget. We've heard your exhausting late-night phone conversations with other community members, and we've gone hungry on so many nights when you've been out representing the city at various functions. Yet, even after 8 years of service, I still have never seen you once let off the gas pedal on learning the issues, caring for others around the community, and making the tough decisions for improving the city. I remember a conversation we once had when I was still a third grader at Free Elementary. I came crying to you because I did something regretful, but in all your love and care, you never asked me what I did, just that I fix it by doing the right thing and to use it as my motivation to always being a good person. Watching you work on City Council, I've noticed and thoroughly appreciated how you heed your own advice. You have a way of stubbornly fixating on what's the right thing to do for the city, even though you know you might lose or might make an unpopular decision. It's inspiring to witness that, and so I want to say thank you for being such a great mom and a leader for the city. And while I'm no longer going to be able to brag to my friends that my mom is the mayor or council member of Cupertino, you'll always have our full support in anything you continue to do. So thanks again and congratulations.
Thank you.
Does that mean you're not going to tell us what you did in third grade?
I'm Michael Gottwald, and it's a very sad night. We say goodbye to a great leader, a former mayor, a great community leader, the outstanding Kris Wang, who has saved the parks for the youth. And the best part of it was when she and the council honored me with the 2009 Crest Award winner for my volunteer work, and the great Gilbert Wong for honoring me for my volunteer work with a proclamation this year. I remember Kris when she was on the Parks and Rec with the outstanding Richard Lowenthal, former Mayor Richard Lowenthal, who is the CEO of Columtech. We have just lost two great leaders in Richard Lowenthal and Kris Wang. We owe Kris so much, and I think we should name a park after the outstanding Kris Wang, who started at Convergent Technologies, who made the first laptop of Silicon Valley, and who worked with Richard at Convergent Technologies. And the outstanding my dad, Rudy Gottwald, who worked at Convergent too. So please step forward and let's honor the great, outstanding Kris Wang as we say goodbye to a great community leader. And thank her for her years of service on the Cupertino City Council. We will surely miss her.
Are there any other speakers that want to speak on behalf of Councilmember Wang?
Hi, I'm Ann Stevenson, one of the Cupertino Library Commissioners. And I very much want to thank you, Kris, although it sounds like it's kind of hard for you to hear all of this with all the emotions and everything. But I really appreciate your support of the library, including inviting the commission to come and make regular reports to the council so you know what's going on at the library. Your support of the making sure we keep the library open 7 days a week, and along with Gilbert and the other council members of adding the additional hours this week. It's very much appreciated by the community. So I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Kris. I'm Farah Aberg. I don't know if you remember, the very first time we met was in a minivan driving around in Cupertino and Mountain View, studying the general plan and heart of the city. You were full of energy then, and I know in the van you announced that you're going to run for the city council, and it has been a pleasure seeing you on the council. You have done a great job. Congratulations, and I had enjoyed all the volunteer work I did with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Angela Chan, a resident of Cupertino and also president of the Cupertino Central Sister City Association. 7 years ago, Kris had a vision to expand the Sister City business, which is start the student exchange program. And Kris encouraged me and supported the association, supported the program. She also personally led the first student visit group to Central. For that, Kris, I thank you personally for your encouragement for me and support for me and also for the association.
Thank you, Angela.
Hi, I'm Dave Fung. I'm here speaking as a resident, although I do serve on the Parks and Rec Commission as well. Right. And I just wanted to thank you for your time and your support through the years you've been here. We've always found an open door and very receptive resident support for the residents in your time here. So, what more could we ask for? Thank you very much, and thank you for your support for the people over the time you've been here. And of course, remember that wherever you go next, we're all there behind you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Hi, my name is Guolun Song, a Cupertino resident. I want to use this opportunity to say thank you, Kris. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your integrity. Thank you for your caring for the people of Cupertino. Thank you for your outstanding contribution for our city. You have my vote for your next election.
Thank you.
Hello, Kris. My name is John Zarelli. I'm incoming Cupertino Chamber President for 2012. On behalf of the Board of Directors and rest of Cupertino Chamber members, we want to thank you for 8 great years of what you've done for the city and support of the Cupertino Chamber. We look forward to seeing you at all our events, even though in 2012, Lunar New Year, Star Awards, Taste of Cupertino, and Diwali. So thank you very much. I have a little flower for you.
Yeah, my name is Johnny Wang from Acupuncture Association, United California Practitioner Chinese Medicine. We saw Kris Wang already 23 years. Yeah, we are a very nice friend. So, very, very good because, she support us for many years, not only during the mayor, or city council time. She support all the time for acupuncture in the whole California and also Cupertino. So, when she leave, we're very sad. I think if she going to, come back, we are always, support her. We let her come back sooner. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Wang. Thank you.
As mayor and soon to be former mayor, I always keep forgetting to look out there. We have former Mayor Sandy James, who's at the podium, and we also have former Mayor Nick Szabo, who's sitting out in the back. Let's give a huge applause for all of our former mayors.
Hi, Chris. We worked together on the City Council for 8 years. I knew you before then when you were on the Parks and Rec Commission. I remember when you first took that seat the first night, and we spent some time working together on various issues in the city, successfully, I think. And I've enjoyed the years we've worked together. I'm here to say thank you personally as a resident of Cupertino, and also as a former colleague, to tell you how much I admire the work you've put into. And as your son so graciously said, we all know, if we've done this before, how much support it takes from our loved ones in order to be able to do what we need to do. I'm also representing 2 other organizations this evening. As president of the Organization of Special Needs Families, you have always been a huge supporter of our efforts in the special needs community. You come to every event we invite you to. You've been gracious enough to help to mentor and support the teens that volunteer so many of the hours to work with our children, and so I hope you will continue to do that. And I'm also here as president of the Cupertino Veterans Memorial, because you, from the very beginning, were very supportive of our efforts to build a memorial here in Cupertino. You have come to speak as the mayor, purchased a paver, and you've always been supportive of the veterans. And so thank you for all the work you've done. I know that we're going to continue to be friends. But I did want to be here this evening in order to honor this event for you.
Thanks a lot, Sandy.
Thank you, Mayor James, and Mayor James is our last speaker. At this time, I'm going to always get his title mixed up, but I'm going to ask the Director of Environmental Services and Public Information to escort Councilmember Kris Wang. Did I get the title wrong? To her. What a great honor! What a great honor! He had this to escort her down to the audience. Another oversight that I look is that we have a wonderful city staff that is all here tonight, and it gives me great privilege to introduce them. And I'm going to start out with the most senior director, which is Carol Atwood, who is our Department of Administrative Services. Ms. Atwood. We also have Director Mark Linder, who is with our Parks and Recreation. We have Director of Community Development, Artie Srivasti. We have our newest Director, Public Works Director, Tim Borden. As you met earlier, we have the Cupertino Sheriff Captain, Santa Clara County, Captain Carl Nussel. We also have our former sheriff captain who represented us for numerous years, Terry Calderon. Also up here on the dais, we have our city clerk who keeps us in order, which is Kimberly Smith. I introduced earlier our Director of Environmental Services and Public Information, Rick Kitson. And the 2 most important people who keeps the council in order and makes us look good and makes the whole team looks good is the 2 special people I have here on my right side, our City Attorney Carol Parade. And then the toughest job, which is our city manager, who's our chief executive officer, who hires a wonderful team that you see here with our wonderful directors and managers, and our city staff behind the scenes is Dave Knapp. Without our wonderful city staff, the city council would not look good. With that, we go to our oath of office. Number 4, our oath of office is given by our newly elected council members, and I'll let our city clerk.
Yes,
take it
Mr.
over.
Mayor, it's now time to give the oath of office to Gilbert Wang and Rod Sinks, and Supervisor Liz Niss is going to give the oath of office to you. And if you'd come to the front of the stage here, and Liz can join you.
I need a stage help.
Would you like a card?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
You need to stand.
You tell me when. I need the high sign.
We're ready.
Okay. But I think, first of all, Gilbert, you may want to say who's standing with you so that they can observe this with names put to them.
My pleasure. I'm very happy tonight to introduce my family. I have my wife, Helen Kwan, my oldest daughter, Allison, and my youngest daughter, Emily. I'm very joyful to have my family here tonight. Thank you.
They are. They're lovely. And I watched Emily reading tonight already, so I know, because she's been reading Junie B., that she could read what I'm going to read to you, Gilbert. But I'll do it tonight, okay? Next time you can do it.
When she's supervisor, right?
That's absolutely right. So, Gilbert, would you raise your right hand? I
Gilbert Wang,
do solemnly swear to support and defend
do solemnly swear to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
to Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of
and the Constitution of
the State of California
for the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
that
I will bear true faith
will bear true faith
and allegiance
to
the Constitution
of
the United States
the United States
and to the Constitution
of
the State of California,
that
I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully
discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter
the duty upon that I will about to enter
for the city of Cupertino.
for the city of Cupertino.
Congratulations, Gilbert. You've been sworn in.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. Good job. And great to see you. Congratulations to all of you.
Let me take a family picture.
Okay. Do you want me in your family picture?
Yeah, we'll get a family picture. Camera person.
Will they know I'm not in your family? This is going to be a celebrity, right?
Great. Thank you very much, Liz.
Congratulations to all of you as well. And Miss Judy did. You did a great job.
Thank you very much. And now it's time to swear in our newest city council member, Rod Sinks, and I have the privilege of doing that. So if Mr. Sinks would join me on the stage, please. And would you like to introduce your family as well?
I would. I'd like to first introduce my daughter, who had a very critical dress rehearsal, so couldn't be here tonight for a very important production. But my son is here, who took a break from his AP U.S. History study session. He's being sorely missed at Monte Vista as we speak, and my wife, Britta. So my son, Mark, and wife, Britta.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the oath of office. Would you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Rod Sinks,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution
to support and defend the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and to support and defend the Constitution
and to support and defend the Constitution
of the State of California
of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter
the duties upon which I am about to enter
for the city of Cupertino.
for the city of Cupertino.
Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Over here.
At this time, I ask Councilmember Sinks to please take a seat on the dais, and city manager will show you to your seat. Welcome aboard.
Is he real now?
I guess so.
So, Mr. Mayor, we're on to item number 5, which is the election of the mayor and vice mayor.
Thank you very much, Madam City Clerk. May I open the bid for nomination, please?
I'd like to nominate Mark Santoro as the mayor of Cupertino.
Can I have a second, please? With that, I go ahead and second it. Please, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And seeing the majority affirmative,
If I can just clarify for the record, I heard ayes. Perhaps we should ask if there are noes or abstentions.
is there any noes? Is there any abstentions?
Abstention.
Okay, so the record will
Abstention.
show that Councilmember Barry Chang abstains from voting for the mayor.
Thank you. At this time, I ask for nominations for the vice mayor, and I go ahead and nominate Orrin Mahoney as vice mayor. Can I have a second?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those nay. All those abstain.
Abstain.
Okay, so the record will show that the motion carries with Councilmember Chang abstaining. So congratulations to our new mayor and vice mayor, and it's time once again for an oath of office. And again, Supervisor Liz Niss is going to provide the oath of office to Mayor Mark Santoro.
This time I know where to stand. Congratulations.
Thank you. This time you know you're going to do it, too.
Got to make sure I'm in my square.
Where are we offset?
Am I in the right spot?
Yeah.
Okay. You know the drill. I
I, Mark Santoro,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend
to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
that I will well
and
faithfully discharge
discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter
the duties upon which I'm about to enter
for the city of
for
Cupertino.
the city of Cupertino.
Amen. With that, I am going to give this back and let you take over. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And now it's my privilege to provide the oath of office to our new Vice Mayor, Orrin Mahoney.
Yay!
you raise your right hand, please? I
I, Orrin Mahoney,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter
for the city of Cupertino.
for the city of Cupertino.
Thank you, Orrin. Congratulations.
So it's with great sadness and also with great pleasure to hand over this gavel to the new mayor, Mark Santoro. But before I do that, I do want to say a few words about newly elected council, not Vice Mayor Santoro, but Mayor Santoro.
Not newly elected, that's you.
Oh, that's me. Mayor Santoro has been a real mentor to me. Sometimes I feel very frustrated, like Chris on the council, but also you also have a colleague that is very supportive. And Mayor Santoro has been very supportive of me of the first 4 years that I've been on the council, and I truly greatly appreciate that, and I believe that his year as mayor will be very fulfilling, and I wish you the best of luck, and congratulations.
So it's my honor to present this plaque to now former Mayor Gilbert Wang. The nice thing is his camera isn't real, so he can't actually use it on the rest of us. I think I'd like to say that I think Mayor Wang has done a wonderful job. It's an extremely difficult position. That those of you that don't know how it works, we tend to rotate around the mayorship, and the mayor is responsible for running the meeting. The mayor has a lot more work and duties than the rest of us. And I got grief over this once from the mayor, but I'm going to call him again. I once said he was the Energizer Bunny, and I'm going to repeat it. He's amazingly energetic. He never sleeps. He's constantly working. There's a lot of events that we have to cover in the city and outside the city. Mayor Wang has done those far better than anyone you could possibly ask for, and I don't think I can work in that little sleep, but I will do my best. So once again, former Mayor Wang, thank you for your help and service and for remaining with us on the council.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of the staff as well, I'd like to present you with a picture of Blackberry Farm. Mayor Wang has been a very great supporter of the Blackberry Farm and of the corridor project that we're working on, inscribed here with the location of your mayorhood. So congratulations for that. Let me just say a few words, if I may, as well. This is pretty heavy. You got it, all right? First of all, being a...
Want to come and help me hold this? No?
No, it's pretty heavy.
Emily wants to know who did it.
Who did it? Who did it?
Jill McCoy.
Jill McCoy is the artist. Very nice. I just was going to say a few things. Being a council member is very tough. Most people don't have any idea of how tough it is until you do it for a little while. Well, being the mayor is tougher. And this has not been an easy year. There are a lot of contentious, difficult issues, a lot of strong feelings on various sides of various issues. That's fairly common, but I think this year was especially so. And it's only through your exquisite politeness and leadership that the council got through these, I think, rather difficult times and made excellent decisions. Watching democracy is a little like, watching sausage being made. It's not something you want to see too much, but the fact is they've done an excellent job. I think you handled these issues extremely well. Always very responsive to the residents night and day. He's been our ambassador. Cupertino is more well known as a result of his time in office, nationally and internationally, through the the National League of Cities, and where he chairs one of the committees, and also internationally, traveling in fairly extensively in China and India. So on behalf of the staff, we'd like to thank you for an excellent year.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Pleasure.
Nameplates or something? It says you do nameplates or something.
Oh, thank you. I'll do that when we
Okay.
start.
Do you want me to say something?
You
or-
can go ahead and we'll have the speakers begin, and I'll change the nameplates.
Okay, so I guess next we have Kim is going to move the nameplates around so you actually know who we all are. It's can't tell without the nameplates. So I think next we're going to start with comments from the council members. So, Orrin, being the most senior, would you like to go first?
Sure. You know, I think all of us have talked about what a good job we've done over the last few years in working together to make a lot of good things happen. And as you heard earlier, we're all going to miss Kris, but bringing new council members on board provides us the opportunity for new insights and new approaches and new ways of doing things. So I really look forward to having Rod join us and having Mark as the mayor as we move into next year. And I'm really looking forward to continuing to do a lot of good things for the residents of Cupertino. So welcome, Rod, and
Thank you.
It's going to be a great year.
Councilmember Chang?
Congratulations, Rod. Looking forward to working with you. Thank you for your hard work.
Councilmember Wang?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve the citizens of Cupertino as mayor. You don't know how much when you're having fun being mayor and seeing so many former mayors, from former Mayor Kris Wang, Nick Szabo, Dolly Sandoval, Sandra James. It's really a privileged club to be in there because it's a lot of hard work to be the mayor, and until you serve it throughout the whole year, you get to know that. I want to say thank you very much to our city manager, Dave Knapp, for the warm words, that you're really, truly a representative of the city. And also, I've been very honored and privileged to go to Bhubaneswar, India, to sign the City Agreement and to be the ambassador for our very diverse city. I want to again thank personally Councilmember Kris Wang for her 8 years of service on the council and commission, and also welcome our new Councilmember Rod Sinks. That it's going to be a long journey for the next 4 years. It's going to be a lot of hard work, and I think that you're going to be very rewarded by being on the council, and I truly welcome you aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And also I want to say thank you again for the service of our new vice mayor and second time around, Orrin Mahoney, and our new mayor, Mark Santoro. And again, truly from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to Snyder County Supervisor Liz Niss as she enters her eighth, is it 8th or 12th? 11th year and almost her 12th. You know, time passes by so fast. You have so much fun, Supervisor Niss, that you don't know. But again, the wonderful years of service that you serve, and it's been an honor and privilege for you to join my family tonight to swear me in. Thank you very much, Supervisor Niss. Thank you.
I guess now our newest council member, Rod Sinks, would you like to say a few words?
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege to serve all of you. I will do my darndest. I will work my hardest. I'm no stranger to 60, 70-hour work weeks in startups. And this council will see no different in my dedication to serving all of you, listening to you. My door is always open. Whether we see eye to eye on issues or not, I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to hear what concerns you about the city. I very much appreciate the support of my family. My father-in-law is here tonight from Germany. Many of my supporters and people who walked for me during the campaign are here.
I really appreciate your showing up tonight, and I will look forward to your continued input and support as I work forward in my first term as an elected official. So thank you very much, and I look forward to working with the city staff as well as you 4 council members. It ought to be a great ride. Thank you.
So first I'd like to welcome our newest member, Rod Sinks, to the council. Congratulations on your election, and looking forward to working with you. I'd also like to congratulate our new Vice Mayor, Orrin Mahoney. And finally, I'd like to thank Kris Wang once again for all of her years of service, and actually nominated me for Vice Mayor last time. And at this time, I'd like to also thank all of my fellow council members for giving me the chance to serve as your mayor. I will try to do a good job for all of you. I'll try to do my best when representing this council and the city of Cupertino. I'll try to be fair to everyone, and I'm going to continue to strive for an open and transparent government that works for the people of Cupertino. With that, kind of looking at just a few practical things, I know a lot of people had some issues that this council last year shortened the time from 3 minutes to 2 minutes. Part of that was because we had a lot of complaints about the meetings running very late. But it does concern me that on the paper it says up to 3 minutes, and I think some speakers get confused, and I think it's not a good thing to have a speaker think they have 3 minutes and then shorten their time. So with that, assuming it's okay with the rest of the council, I'd like to go back to the 3 minute
Indeed.
time frame.
Thank you, Mayor.
I will, however, remind all the speakers that it's up to 3 minutes. You don't have to take the whole time, and you're certainly encouraged to keep it shorter, and you don't have to repeat something that someone else has said. I would, however, like to keep the way we've done it. If there's 5 or more speakers on one item, I believe it's fair to members of the public. I'd hate to see a little old lady that has one item at the end of the evening have to wait if there's a lot of speakers for oral communication. So I would like to continue to move that to the back if there's a large group. Finally, in the spirit of transparent and open government, a lot of what I've heard are people that come, and I know it's difficult when we're running a meeting for speakers who speak and their 3 minutes are up and they don't get a chance to talk anymore. And then a lot of people just have general questions. So with that, I'd actually like to start a new program, and I'm not very good with names, so I just call this Meet Mayor Mark. But it's going to sort of be like a fireside chat, except what it will be is, I believe it's going to be in the ELC. We were going to have it here, but this room is hard to book. So in the ELC room, right, which was the former council chambers in City Hall, I believe it's room 101.
It's called room 101, but it's pretty easy. It's just go to City Hall and the receptionist will guide you.
So once a month, after the first council meeting on the following Wednesday from 4 o'clock to 5:30, assuming that anyone wants to show up, I will be there, and any member of the public who wishes to come can come and ask questions, chat amongst other public members, and if they just want understanding or just want to know about your government, what's going on, I'll be there to have open meetings for everyone so we can all kind of share and I can hopefully inform people and answer any questions people have. So that will be on the calendar, I believe, at some point. If anybody has any questions, you can send an email. The first meeting will be, I believe, on January 18th at 4 o'clock in the ELC room. Right?
We've scheduled that, yes.
Okay. So with that, just finally in closing, I'd like to thank all of the staff for their help and support. This couldn't be pulled off with help from a lot of people. The camera crew is working, the city staff, you see a lot of the directors, all the directors I guess up here. There's a lot of other people that work for the city that do amazingly good work, and I've found many of them helpful many times, even down to groundskeepers who have helped me with issues that we're looking at in the parks. And so we have a great staff. They're wonderful to work with. If you see them on the street, please say hi to them, and they're very friendly and nice people, and they work for all of you. And finally, I'd like to thank all of the residents of Cupertino that you get out and vote. It's a very active community. Please remain that way. The government really works when people work. And I know sometimes it's frustrating if people don't think the government's working for you, but closing your mouth is not the right answer. You need to be involved with your government, and I want to thank all of you who showed up for being involved and for coming. Thank you.
All right.
So at this point, we're going to invite any members of the audience up who would like to speak. And I only have the one card, but you can line up after if you'd like. The first card is Supervisor Lisness.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. It's on the very first thing on my list that I skipped right over. I'd like to also thank Supervisor Niss for swearing me in. I really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. I should mention that Mark and I have known each other. He hates me to mention it, but more than 20 years. He was at Sun when I was at Sun, and he's asked me just not to reference any ages, so I'll skip that tonight. But congratulations, Mark. I don't think I ever would have guessed when we were sitting on the same floor together at Sun and working in the labs that we'd be in this situation together, and I'll bet you didn't either. So congratulations. I'll enjoy working with you this coming year. Congratulations to you as well, Orrin, and to you, Rod. I think you will find it's quite a ride, and it is the e-ticket without question. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So, Gilbert, what I'd like to be able to do is present this to you, if I may, come up in person.
Emily, do you want to come up here?
Do you want to come up? Because Emily and I have been practicing words tonight. She's learned a new word, which is allegiance, right? And she's really good at it. And she wants to know why you guys have that hammer. And so why do they have it? Do you remember why? Why do you have the hammer? To get people's attention. Oh. How sharp is Emily?
Yes, it's very sharp, very sharp.
So it's my great privilege to present this to your dad tonight. And it says, in recognition of your leadership as mayor during this past year, your dedication, loyalty, and outstanding public service to the city of Palo Alto and Santa Clara County are greatly appreciated. I'm sorry. You know what?
Long day.
You know what? I knew when I got here tonight I'd have one of those big mistakes. So what does that say, Emily? Yeah, she knows what it says. Big voice.
Cupertino.
Right, it says Cupertino. So with that, let's give your dad a big round of applause. So thank you so much for being the mayor. Okay, you come up here. Okay, Emily? There you go. And don't forget you're on TV too, okay? Okay, thank you for coming up here with me. I appreciate it. Want to come back? Okay.
The next speaker is Michael Gottwald, and after that, everybody can just go ahead and line up. You don't have to fill out a card. Did you want to speak again, Michael?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Michael Gottwald, and I'd like to welcome new Mayor Mark Santoro and new Vice Mayor Orrin Mahoney, and thank Gilbert Wang for his years of service, and welcome back for 4 more years. It's going to be great. And thanks for everything, guys. And thanks, Gilbert, for your mayorship.
Thank you, Michael.
Hello again, Gilbert. John Torelli, Cupertino Chamber of Commerce. We just want to thank you for all the hard work you did this year, all the ribbon cuttings that you were at, all the hard work you did for the chamber. I think most people know or don't know, before you were elected to the City Council, you were on the Cupertino Chamber Board of Directors, incoming president before you got elected. So we believe we take the credit for your platform and success of getting elected to City Council. So thank you, Gilbert.
Marty Miller, member of the Planning Commission. Gilbert, I'm always amazed at how hard you work for our city over so many years, from your years on the Planning Commission to the Council, and your past year doing an outstanding job as our mayor and the leader of our city. You treat everyone with fairness and respect, and your focus has always been on inclusiveness and uniting the community. Cupertino is a great place to live, and your efforts have helped keep it that way. The city has managed its finances well in very difficult times, and yet you and the council were able to move ahead with programs like expanding our parks to give us additional recreational opportunities in the city. You increased crossing guards to protect our children. You expanded library hours to help them learn. And you added a sister city in India to build bridges to our multicultural community. Thank you for your outstanding service to the community. Mark, you've always demonstrated your leadership skills many times over as a council member. You work extremely hard at being a council member, and you take the job very seriously. You spend countless hours preparing for meetings, and it shows in your perceptiveness, your intelligent questions and comments, and your well-thought-out solutions to the many challenges that the city has faced during the past 4 years of your time on the council. I don't know how you do it and still manage to run your own company as well. The city is better off because of your leadership, and I know that this year as mayor, you will successfully guide our city through the challenges that lie ahead. This is a time of great change with HP leaving and Apple expanding in their new campus. The city's finances must still be managed carefully as Sacramento cuts back on their allocations to the cities, and our many services must be maintained and improved. You're the right person for the job. Thank you for all you do for the city. And Orrin, welcome back to Vice Mayor. You're not a newcomer to this job, and I'm sure you'll do a good job as well. Rod, congratulations on your election. I know that you'll be a strong member of the council, and if there's any way that I can assist you, particularly with land use issues, please call on me.
I understand you're an expert. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, this is a Acupuncture Association, Dr. Wang. So, thank you for Gilbert Wang to support for acupuncture for 4 years already, but now she's shipped to the city council. I hope, everybody support you again. But now, Mark take over for the mayor, so we are going to support you too. I hope you can support Acupuncture Association too in the whole California and also Cupertino. So let us, work together so we support everybody, each other. Thank you so much. Okay.
Hello, I'm Larry Dean, this year's president of Cupertino Rotary. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Cupertino, there's 189 members. I'd like to congratulate new mayor, Mark Santoro, and congratulate Gilbert Wang on his re-election and Mr. Rod Sinks on his election to his first term. You join a great group of fellow council members and will be part of a team that will always have the best interests of the city and its citizens in your work. The Rotary Club wishes the council the best of outcomes for the new year. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
Hi, Ben Liao on the Cupertino School Board. Cupertino is renowned for its great education. It's true that our teachers are amazing and magic happens every day in our classrooms. But as a person involved in our schools for 2 decades, I know schools cannot do it alone. Great education needs everyone. As the saying goes, raising a child needs a village. Great education needs great community. Great education needs great government. So I'm glad we have had a great relationship with the city. We need the city to maintain our fields for the fitness of our students. We need the crossing guards for the safety of our children. I appreciate the previous city council, and I hope that we will continue to have great relationship with the new council. Thanks and congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Razi Mohiuddin. I am a small business owner in Cupertino. Also, I'm a board member with West Valley Muslim Association here. I wanted to thank Mayor Gilbert Wang on behalf of the association for all of his support there. I also want to welcome new Mayor Mark Santoro, as well as Vice Mayor Orrin Mahoney and the new Councilmember Rod Sinks. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Daniel Nguyen. I'm on the Cupertino Public Safety Commission. First, let me congratulate Rod for being elected in November. I personally know it's difficult to get on the dais, but to do it without having to run a first time is remarkable. So congratulations. Congratulations to Orrin for being elected to be Vice Mayor again. I've always respected your opinion, your logic, so I'm happy to see where you are now. And Mark has always fought for public safety issues. He got us funding for the Commission's Walk, Bike, and Carpool to School program. He's always advocated for people to register with Alert SEC, and the list goes on. So I'm glad to see you as mayor. And Gilbert, great friend of mine, my mentor. You've always been there for me, and I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you got reelected this November, and as sad as I am to see you no longer be mayor, I'm glad you have another 4 years on the council, and looking forward to you being mayor again. So thank you very much, everyone, and congratulations.
Hi, Gilbert. I'm here to say thank you for your year as mayor. I know it was a challenging year. I think you did an admirable job. And I think the city has a lot to be proud of some of the things that you did and how difficult and very hard you worked on it. And congratulations on re-election also. Mark, I know you're going to be a wonderful mayor. I'm very excited about your year as mayor. I look forward to working with you. I know, again, I'm representing not just myself, but the special needs community and the Veterans Memorial, and you've always been supportive of both, particularly the Veterans Memorial. So we look forward to seeing you at those events again. And I know you're going to just do a really good job this year. Orrin, congratulations on Vice Mayor. We've seen you in this role before, and your role as mayor. You've done an incredible job. I know you will again, and the leadership that the two of you provide at the top of the helm is reassuring, I think, to everyone in the community. Rod, I want to congratulate you on your election, and I look forward to introducing you to the special needs community, and so that you can learn a little bit about us and see what an important part of this community it is. And I know you were at the Veterans Day ceremony this year, and you discussed that with me, so we'll get you a little more involved in that too. So congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Sandy.
Hello again.
Weren't you already up here?
It's an Italian thing, Mark. It's a trifecta. You on behalf of the Cupertino Chamber, Mark, I want to congratulate you on the mayor. We're looking forward to working with you on the whole year. It's going to be exciting. Orrin, congratulations on Vice Mayor. And Rod, on behalf of Cupertino Chamber, I want to congratulate you on your election. We look forward to working with you also throughout the year. As incoming elected, we have a little bouquet for you and your family.
Ooh. Go ahead.
Thank you, Angela Chan again. First of all, I want to thank Mayor Wang, Councilmember Wang, for your strong support for the Sister City program, for being a friend of mine, and it's a privilege to be friend with you, Helen, Emily, and Allison. And I truly enjoy your friendship. You've always been so resourceful, and you always share all the information and make sure that you have a fair and transparent decision to lead us all. Thank you for your leadership. And also I want to congratulate you for your re-election, and we look forward to you becoming mayor again. And Mayor Santoro and Vice Mayor Mahoney, I also want to thank you for your strong support for the Sister City program and for your encouragement for me. And I look forward to working with both of you in your new roles. And Councilmember Sinks, congratulations to your successful election. And I look forward to working with you. I can't wait to introduce the Sister City program to you in year 2012. Oh, it's already 2012. And also, I want to thank you in advance for your hard work to lead the Cupertino.
Thank you. Are there any more speakers? No? Okay. Thank you all for your wonderful comments and especially for keeping them brief. I'd now like to welcome the public to the reception in the lobby, and the catering is provided for by Lepidor. And you're all welcome to have a bite to eat and mingle and talk to your both new and old council members. Thank you. When's the next meeting?
January 17th.
Meeting is adjourned to January 17th.
Okay.